I'm a funny bunny. Hello everyone, my name is Missing Wraith and welcome back to the channel. So today's gonna be kind of a different video from what I normally do. So there's gonna be a question, I know. Where's FNaF Rewired? Night 5, Night 6, all of those good stuff. Well guys, as I'm recording this, those haven't really been recorded yet. We're having some scheduling issues right now.
Hey y'all, so this is editing me here, and by the time I'm editing this, pretty much the entirety of FNaF Rewired is out, so ignore this idiot for a second, and we'll get right back to it. Alright, love you all.
For the last good couple of years, I have seen people posting, oh, I built FNaF in Minecraft, let it be vanilla, let it be modded, all that good stuff. Some notable names that come to mind is Cup of TX. I think his name's Cup of TXE or something like that. So shout out to him; he's a great guy, as well as KJ Whippy, who you should subscribe to both. And there are a good couple. Oh my, whoa, what the? There are a good couple other people out there that are well just as good, just as talented. So I figured, why not? I give my toes in the water for this one. I decided, you know what? I'm going to be doing my own series where I build every Scott line main FNaF game. That could have came out better. What I'm trying to say is I am going to be building FNaF 1 through Ultimate Custom Night, maybe a good couple others in there. This obviously does include Fredbear's Family Diner, the 1985 location, all that stuff. I will only be using like 4 FNaF mods, and that's because I also want to do this for when Management Wanted 1.4 comes out, which is another great mod. You guys should totally go check that out. This will be the main mod I will be using for this one. There will be some mods you notice like, oh yeah, that's not gonna be for when Management Wanted comes out. It's not gonna be for Neo Forge or anything like that. So those will be gone hopefully by next video because I'm already in the world and I don't kind of want to leave just to get back in here. So those will be gone by next video. I promise you guys that. But I mean, yeah. I think you guys know the rest of it. Make FNaF 1 using mods. However, I'm going to be doing it a little differently than how some people do it. So KJ Whippy a while ago released a video where he remade his FNaF 1 in Minecraft. However, he only limited himself to using about 100 modded blocks. I'm not doing that because I rely a lot on modded blocks, but I'm going to try to break that cycle, and I do have to use some vanilla blocks within this build. I cannot just rely on mods, which I'm actually 100% fine with, because sometimes you can find some good gems in vanilla blocks. So let's get started, shall we? I think a good thing to start off with is to actually get the animatronics we will be using for this build. Now, I know a lot of people have stated, or not stated, but they normally use the normal FNaF 1 gang right here. I won't, because I want to be a little different. So we are going to use Chica, but we're also going to use Captain Foxy, rewritten Freddy, and rewritten Bonnie for our core 4, because I actually like how these guys look. They look really nice, and they look really cool, and they just kind of, well, you know, they kind of look like something you would see at like a child's restaurant. We're also going to be using normal Golden Freddy, which I feel like this is just a no-brainer. Yeah. And we'll just also be using these two. Because, yeah, they're also technically, if not, well, Sparky's not. He's in the movie. It gets weird there. And there will be one more we will be using, which will be... Look at me, young man. Young man, look at me. There you go. Yeah, some of our main animatronics we'll be using for FNaF 1. What I want to start, like, putting out blocks I intend to use for this. And I think it's just good to start with our animatronics. So we do have a good couple we will be using. But for right now, that's what we have. So let's get to our blocks and our decorations.
2,000 years later.
And I think for the time being, this is everything that we will be using. Obviously, I think I just said this before, there will be more stuff added on, stuff that wasn't planned. But as you can see, we do have quite a lot of stuff we're going to be using. Not everything's for Management Wanted. Like I said, we have some vanilla items. We got other modded items, like Chucklin's FNaF mod, which is it's a pretty cool mod. I would highly recommend you guys try it out. But without further ado, let's get to building, shall we? Okay, so this is the layout we're going for. It is very similar to the one I'm pretty sure everyone knows. And there's some rooms you guys will recognize, such as our office, our east and west hall, our kitchen, our storage closet, Pirate's Cove, dining area, the main stage, and the bathrooms. However, there are some rooms that have either been changed or added, such as our lobbies, as well as the backstage has now been moved to, well, the actual backstage. Because, well, to me, it just doesn't make sense for the backstage to be right next to Pirate's Cove, because that would mean they would have to, like, pretty much haul the animatronics, like, across the dining room, which wouldn't make sense. So, in replace of that, we put in the arcade. This is a relatively small build, much smaller than what I normally do, especially when it comes down to building a FNaF 1, because I always make it bigger. But I decided, you know what, we're going to go a little different this time for this video. But now comes the fun part, also the tedious part. It's time to start decorating. Alright, and we're done with the main building part. I say that, and yet, probably gotta decorate, and I do have to decorate the entire place. Now, so far, I mean, everything looks fine. I'm actually kind of happy with this, how this came out. Very, very much Help Wanted inspired with the prize corner right here and the red around the white. But I like it. It's nice. You got your arcade, Pirate's Cove, wings, the office, the prize counter, the kitchen, bathroom, safe rooms right there, and the lobby. Oh, backstage right there. So, I mean, I'm excited to see how this entire thing will come out. So, I mean, what the hell are we waiting for? Let's get started.
$2,000 later.
And after, I have no idea how long this took, we are done. This is my FNaF 1 using Management Wanted as well as a couple other FNaF mods. Mainly Management Wanted. However, I am relatively proud of how this came out. Now, I will be showing on screen a picture of my very first ever time building FNaF 1 using any mods. And it's definitely an improvement. I will say this exterior, like this parking lot out here, yeah, it's definitely not my best work, but I think once, we build more, we get more builds in here, then this will look better. I'll probably go around and change it. But I think it's about time we stop wasting time. Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, let's start with the tour. So,
when you first walk in, you have this lobby. The lobby is very much inspired by the FNaF 1 movie. You got Phone Guy here, as well as Helpy, just to greet guests as they walk in. Couches resembling Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica. And of course, behind it are on these shelves behind the counter, we have Benny, JD Bryant, and the 2 other devs. Or, well, some, you know what I mean. Like, people behind Management Wanted, I can't remember their names. They are big parts of it, though, and their names will be on screen. You guys should go check them out. I'm pretty sure they have their own YouTube channel. If so, I will link them in the description. But walking in, you can see we have a nice little like an entrance hall. So you'd see like a Chuck E. Cheese. You have Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. My original build did not have this because, well, I was young and I was dumb, and that was probably about 2 years ago now. But let's move on to the main attraction, which is the main dining hall. Now, looking at this from compared to my original is definitely a massive step up. Like, you can tell I have had more experience in building. I'll be showing picture on screen, and you guys can see what it looks like now. Here's the main stage. Like I said, I use the rewritten models just because I really like these models. I like the Freddy and the Bonnie. They look really, really neat. You know, just waiting on rewritten 87 models to come out, which let me know if you guys want me to do a playthrough of that. I actually been having my eye on that game for a bit, so if you want me to do a playthrough, just let me know. But yeah, dining hall is pretty much basic. Here's the prize corner. We have some plushies. Oh, and for those who are wondering, what did I use to get these guys to look as small as they do? I used the mod Axiom, which is really helpful and really useful. And a lot of things in this build are, well, I try not to use as much Axiom as I could, but when I do, it really helps out a ton with this. And I think this turned out pretty cool. You have the ball pit, which I think at some point I will connect this to like a Jeff's Pizza or something. I really don't know. We'll just see what happens with with this series. Before we go over there, we're going to go to the restroom since we're right here. These are your really basic bathrooms. There's nothing too special to them. They are a little cramped, so yeah, definitely not the greatest, but hey, they look pretty cool. Color-coded sinks based off the characters, which I think turned out pretty good. If you can't tell what this is the safe room, and it gets dark in here. I'm actually really proud with how this came out. It's a little hard to tell, but yeah, you got heads everywhere. You got the music box, Golden Freddy's poster, Spring Bonnie's suit, and there's even a phone. For people who don't know, is a nice little reference to when people originally thought the purple guy was the phone guy. So it's just a nice little call to that. Oh, and here's Sparky. We love Sparky, and I could have sworn I put something else in here, but I think, oh yeah, I did. He's right over here. There's Bucky Beaver. I'll try to put Bucky in like every build I do because I just like putting him in places. But I mean, yeah, booths. I'm actually really happy with how these turned out. These took me, I think, the longest to figure out what to do with them because I wanted to put in booths, but I wasn't sure how to. Next, we have the carousel. This is just a carousel, but really glad with how this came out. We have a height check right there. Next, we have the arcade. Now, I actually did have help. No one, you know what I mean? Like, I had someone helping me through this and how I should make this. So, shout out to Scully Draws. You guys should know him. He is our Ronaldo and FNaF Rewired. You guys should go check him out. His channel will also be linked in the description. He does some pretty cool stuff. Your pretty basic arcade. Again, kind of based off the movie. You can thank Scully for these lights right here, as well as the Skulk for, I guess, like a nice space ceiling. Looks really cool. And I like the magenta, giving that nice like neon, I guess. That's the best way to say it. Next, we have Pirates Cove. Now, this might be controversial to say. I've always pictured Foxy as like an animatronic for much more older customers, and I always thought Fazbear Entertainment would at least put something for the adults. So I made Pirates Cove a bar, which, yeah, it's probably not like, oh yeah, like Foxy is definitely the most themed. He's the most popular character in FNaF. Why would you give him a bar? Well, he's also like, think about it. Like, you have Freddy, you have Bonnie, you have Chica. They have like nice barnyard themes to them. Foxy's a straight-on pirate
And I think pirates are way more violent than, a normal barnyard. Oh, yeah, you have a nice little window out here. But yeah. But, hey, that's just what I think. You guys are free to interpret however you want. I just think Foxy would be a part of a bar, just for adults. Down here is our west hallway. This is the storage closet, which, yeah, it's nothing too special, except for Mr. Hugs. We love Mr. Hugs. You have this. Nice. It's cool, right? Cool. Here is the main office, and I'm actually happy with how this one turned out. So, again, I did use Axiom. This is not a normal FNaF 1 desk. This was a custom-made one I made. It's obviously not the great. You can see the fans clipping into the monitor there, and the phone's also kind of small, but I did my best. We have the Nebraska poster from the movie. We have the Hang In There poster from Blood and Gears. File cabinets. And we also have a nice little nod to the movie with the Ella suit, which I also like. Oh, and there's the head of Management Wanted, Overdrive. Shout out to you for making such an amazing mod. We also have a Foxy paper pal right there. And the clock, which is a nice little nod to FNaF Plus, which I am really sad that got canceled. I was actually really excited for that mod or game. Yeah, I mean, okay, to be fair, the hallways are nothing to write home about. Oh yeah, and these doors, these just lead straight to the prize counter. I always put these there. Oh yeah, and the only thing back here is you can barely see him. I'm gonna see if I can up the brightness for you guys right here. It's a nice little buddy doll. Or buddy pal, sorry. Here is the kitchen. With everyone's favorite yellow bear. I always put Golden Freddy in the kitchen. I know he should technically be in the safe room or a storage room or in parts and service, but I like putting him in the kitchen. To me, Golden Freddy resides in the kitchen. It makes sense. Here's a nice little serving window with the pizza right there, so customers can come up, give them their pizza, etc. Here's the freezer. I was going to put Freddy Frostbear in here, but to be honest, I completely forgot. System location door. These are actually really nice doors. Recommend using them a lot. This will lead out. We'll get to the alley soon because that just leads straight to the alley. We have one more room in here, however, which I do want to show you guys. And it's actually on the stage, and that is parts and service. This room, oh lord, this room definitely was also another difficult one to make because, well, of the shape it is. It is a weird U shape, but I think I was able to make it work. We have the parts and service characters from Help Wanted, which I'm glad I was able to put them in here. We also have Stuff Freddy and Shadow Freddy. People who will not understand, just, they get it. Like, this is from FNaF 3, because, he's in FNaF 3 for some reason, and the box of toys as well. Obviously, you also have other stuff in here, like endoskeletons and monitors and lockers and all that stuff. Stuff that would be in here. Like I said, it just makes sense for the backstage to be straight up behind the stage itself. And leaving this place, I probably should have just flown through it. So it's just the exterior. This is really nothing to write home about. This is definitely the worst part of the build, in my opinion. But I believe once we get more in here, I already said this, I know, but once we get more in here, more builds and all that stuff, I'll make a hole on road, and then this will look so much better. There is one more part I do want to show you guys, which is our amazing alleyway. Now, I'm actually happy with how this came out. I just got this done. Oh, there's Mary. There's Charlotte. Hi, Charlotte. How you doing? Yeah, this is just like a simple alley. Got balloons and garbage. Yeah, there's like... I was thinking about putting like one of the FNaF 6 characters in here. Like, I don't know, Bolton Freddy or something. But no, I decided to put Puppet down here. Puppet, it just makes sense for Puppet to be here. At least. But of course, we gotta see how this place looks at night, right? And here we are. It's nighttime now. So this place is just extremely dark during the night. But when it is dark, these guys roam. And I also have these nice colored lights, which match the characters. And I think Foxy's also has his. Yep, which Foxy can't really leave because of the way I made the curtains. Sorry, Foxy. But I mean, yeah. These aren't really... Oh, yeah, Golden Freddy's having a little seizure. Hey, bud. How you doing? Okay. Oh, yeah, you can see... that's actually creepy. You can see Freddy's eyes from here. But there is a switch. People are wondering, what does this do? Well, you turn it on, it just turns on the lights outside of in the alley. Which, yeah. Cool. And that will do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. It means the world to me. And I'm so glad I got to work on this because I actually had a lot of fun. More fun than I thought I would. Despite, you know, me questioning a lot of my life decisions while building this. But I had a great time. And I would like to thank you guys for your incredible support so far on the channel. It's just been insane. FNaF Rewired, it was just a passion project, and now it is something I am so deeply, incredibly proud of. And I hope this will become an amazing series for you guys to love and for me to love and all that good stuff. Of course, guys, I will be making more of these. It doesn't really matter how well this video does. And the reason is because I had a lot of fun. I want to make another one of these. And I think for the people who did enjoy this, would want me to make another one of these. And that's what I'm going to be doing. FNaF 1 through Ultimate Custom Night. Maybe a couple more in there. If you guys have some fan game suggestions for me to build, just let me know. I'll gladly build them. Well, I'll build the ones that, you know, I can with what I have so far. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. If you really enjoyed this video, make sure you guys subscribe, as well as hype up this video. It's a brand new feature that YouTube implemented. Okay, I really don't know how new it is, because I think it's been around for a good while now. But still, hype up the video. It reaches out to more people, and more people can come see this, and they can enjoy this channel and these videos I make for you guys. But yeah, that's really, I have really nothing else to say. So I will see you guys in the next video. Good night, everybody.